All righty. Live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster or the Poconos. Actually, the Poconos, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho, brought to you by the Sportscast. Today is November 16th, 2023. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Sportscast on all our channels, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, even on iTunes. You can go to Spotify or on iTunes, look up the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, select our podcast, leave a rating and review. It'll help us out tremendously. And we've been growing a tribe, so we would love to continue to grow our audience. We are live streaming every Thursday at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. So you can go and see some past shows. We have a lot of data, a lot of forms. Byron's put together a lot of depth charts, a lot of top 25s. Please go there and if you like what you're hearing, like what you're seeing, subscribe. If you like the YouTube, smash the like button and let's get going. Mr. Byrons, you are in the Poconos, the life of retirement. You and Deshaun Watson. Except for
he got hurt, so we'll leave that up. We'll leave that poor little guy alone.
200 something million, or
236 million to be exact.
Or Josh McDaniels get fired for 75 million, right?
No, your boy Jumbo Fisher gets a 77 million check from Jumbo. Got a big old fat check from the Texas A&M alumni. Go alumni!
75 million to get fired.
It must be nice.
That's got to be the greatest fireman someone could ever achieve. I mean, I can't even imagine. I know it's got to be. It's never easy, like being released or whatever. And in sports, obviously,
you said he got 75 million.
75 to walk away.
Yep.
It was a superintendent here in Pennsylvania. He walked away with 700,000.
But they gave it to him as a severance, or what?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Right, it's like, go, here's 700K.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 75 million is a big difference from 700,000.
700K don't last you as long as 75 million.
And I know none of us turning that down. I don't care what you're talking about.
I'd be happy with 5 million.
What they should do is take that money and go to victorarocho.com and build generational wealth. Sorry, I had to do it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, first of all, that will be the last time you're either on my show, unless you take it seriously. Because if you make it if you're making it sound like a joke, you're actually insulting my business.
I'm not insulting your business because what you do matters, and I wouldn't insult your business. I'm actually giving you I always give you a free plug.
Okay, good.
All right.
Byron likes laughing at it. So
it is funny though.
But time out.
That's because he didn't invest with victorarocho.com.
Now let me tell you the truth that you could hear. You could take it for however you want, right? For example, they had on there was somebody posted something about someone's paycheck after taxes and so forth was like diminished, and you're talking about an NFL player by a massive amount, right? And remember that? Okay. Yeah. If they would have paid him in the same manner, but in a cash, a cash value life policy like Jim Harbaugh's paid at Michigan, he literally would be able to take money tax free out of it. So he wouldn't be taxed as much because it's now no longer income. Now he'd have to pay taxes for what's going in on it, but he wouldn't be paying the 50% that he's paying at that level.
Yep. I think it was Armstead, the guy that played defensive tackle for the 49ers. But he also
he's in California, so he was getting hit like 50%. Right. He was getting hit with major money. Okay. So if they put it in the cash value policy, that's why Harbaugh's contract, part of his contract is built with this type of policy, so he could generate income. It helps the school. Yeah. Something happens to him, the school gets some of it. Unless they release him, then he gets the beneficiary. So what happens is, if something happens to him, they leave a big portion to the family, and a portion goes back to the team. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
So we're clear. Unless you understand.
And Vic, it was not a joke. It was not a joke. I know
it is. I got my money in it, so I want to put my money in something I want to get. Okay, but my point being is that's why I want to get those NIL kids and stuff up, because then they never lose money. You understand? Because it always grows, regardless what the banks do. No matter. Remember, insurance companies been around for 175 years. But let's get out of that. I don't want to get. But I just want to say, being able to structure it, I wouldn't put your whole salary in it. I'm just saying, making it part of the salary will protect those guys from the devious financial advisors. From think about it, a guy pays 3 or 4 or 5 years. How many guys have gone broke? Byron, right? Okay,
all of them.
Right, a lot of them, right? Yep. What happens is they ain't got no generational wealth. At least if something happens to that kid, that NFL player that played for 9 years who passed away, right? You know, some of those players are taking care of their family, their cousins, and everybody in the world, right? They pass away. What happens? The money's gone, right? Well, if you don't have tax-free money, and if it's in a CD, or if it's now you got me on an insurance rant, you shouldn't have done it.
I'm sorry, that's later in the show. I apologize.
Let's get back to the Giants and Daboll believing in Tommy DeVito.
Would prefer that you don't have your money in an insurance policy, because when you have it in your bank.
We lost Victor.
Victor.
You got excited and cut himself off.
Yeah, that's my fault, guys. No more getting him talking about work. That was all on me.
Let's get back to what we're supposed to be talking about, which is the Giants. And it seems like since the season has taken a left and a right and a center turn at 2-8 right now. Tommy DeVito, the northern Jersey kid, is the guy. So
making sure, are we streaming? Everything's streaming.
Yeah, we're still good.
Okay, so Daboll, what happens? You got me on a tangent on insurance.
We're doing something else.
Anyways,
Daboll.
I'll leave that alone. Listen to Valuable Assets podcast. You want to learn more. Now you're frozen again. What is going on?
Again. I was trying to get to Tommy DeVito, the Giants.
Yep. I can see you, Byron. You're here. You're live.
Are we back? So what do you think about this guy, John? They're going to roll with Mr. DeVito with the Giants now.
I first of all, DeVito never had a shot, as far as I'm concerned. Is he now? They're moving on from DeVito, or he's going to be playing?
No, he's the guy right now.
He's the starter.
He's the starter. Okay, but then good. Let him play. Don't let him throw the ball. Because they don't trust him yet for some reason. I think the kids, there was a second game last week. Yeah. He may have got the snot knocked out of him, but you know what? He hung in there and he's a tough kid. So let him throw the dang ball.
You got nothing to lose.
You figure they've already lost 2 quarterbacks because of injury. You know, Daniel with the knee, and the other guy, Tyrod Taylor, when somebody fell on him and he broke his ribs or whatever. But people also didn't realize that Tommy DeVito also had to go and get x-rays because with his other shoulder, he got, a little twing back. So now we're down to the third quarterback. The next guy back, up on deck would be Matt Barkley. That used to play for, USC guy and play for a whole bunch of them. So he's like the next guy on deck if something happens to DeVito, because the problem with him is that he needs to learn how to slide. He runs, when he runs, man, he takes off his head first every time. And he's not going to last long. He keeps doing that.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
All right, we're back to you now, Victor.
Yeah, I'm just cutting everything down so my stuff doesn't freeze. I'm shutting as much stuff down so my battery.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Mr. Eric, what do you think about the Giants now, since you were firmly in their corner before?
I mean, I can only root for him. That's all I could do from afar.
No. What'd you say before? You were sitting there.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I did. I did. I tried to uplift him, and I tried to, will him into the playoffs and all of that. But it just, I mean, you guys got Murphy Law going on over there. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
Mr. Eric, I just want to hear you say this, man. The New York Football Giants suck. That's all.
We don't need it. We don't need to say that.
I don't need to say that.
I'm saying it now.
Yeah, but you're a Giant fan. You're a Giant fan. You can say it. You're a Giant fan.
Other people are saying, dude, this team is 1973, 1974, 2012, well, 17, bad. This is a bad.
Okay, so but let me ask you a question though. So do you think? Because look, remember, I was trying to find
Hey, Byron, just real quick, you brought up the 73, 74 Giants. Just remember, they had that Pepsi Light commercial going in those years too. So, they weren't all terrible if they had a national TV commercial.
No, matter of fact, the coach that we had then, we got him from the Miami Dolphins. That was Bill Arnsberger, was the head coach back then.
Yeah.
Got him from he was the genius behind the no-name defense with the Dolphins and stuff. And he came up here and he was absolutely horrible.
All right, so let's ask the question. So you remember in the beginning of the year, right? And we talked about who was going to win the AFC. So I'm going to tie this back to the Giants. And remember, I had a problem with Buffalo. You guys might thought I was crazy. I had a problem with Buffalo. I said Buffalo was a powerhouse team in the first half. They disintegrated in the second half. I don't trust them. Something's wrong there. Something's wrong there, right? Giants get all their coaches to come over. We have one good season, and it is impossible to be so bad compared to last year's that was uplifting, that we were excited to going into this season.
But what did I tell you last week?
So do you think it's just Daboll? Maybe the Buffalo was good with Daboll and all the people there, that unit was good, but them coming to the Giants, like it's not translating. It's I mean, he doesn't even look like he's in control of that team.
Well, that's, Vic, I'm just going to bring this up there. Since the offensive coordinator for Buffalo is gone now, he can come to the Giants. Sorry. I couldn't help. That one was a cheap shot. Okay. Sorry.
I need some serious answers to my question. My question is there's a problem in Buffalo, and we have a lot of Buffalo coaches on the Giants team, right? So
just three. What? Only three.
Three of the main ones.
Yeah, offensive line, offensive coordinator, head coach.
Okay, yeah. And how good is the offensive line?
Yeah, the offensive line, the offensive coordinator.
How's our offensive line?
Man, they're wonderful.
Okay, how's our defense?
Horrible.
The head coach is in charge of all. So, I had faith in Daboll. I don't know what's going on. I'm bewildered. I hate pointing it to a coach. I think Barkley got screwed to be on that team. I wish he would have got paid more than ever, because he's still doing his job. He's still playing.
He's the only one.
He's the only one playing, and he got kind of shafted there. So I feel bad for him, and I'm just disgusted. So at the end of the day, Daniel Jones' time is Danny Dimes' boy is gone, brother.
Wait a minute. Wait.
That project is over.
What did I say last week, man? I said we got a bag of fool's gold. They went to the playoffs last year. They won a game. They didn't address the line going into the year. The line still sucked. They signed 15 slot receivers, no number one guy. They traded for Darren Waller, Mr. Fragile. He's the new Fragile guy. Evan Neal is supposed to be the 7th player picked in the draft, so he's supposed to have been pretty good. And they're all bad. We got tricked. We got bamboozled. We got hoodwinked. We got led astray.
Look at Thibodeau.
He's the only one playing well. And even I'm still trying to figure out, he got a concussion. Last week, he got hurt last week. I'm still trying to figure out he got a concussion. And I don't remember him tackling anybody.
They don't want to play.
Yeah, but come on, man. You don't go out like that. Oh, my head, I got a headache. Come on. Really? Come on.
Only Terrell Davis could get away with that.
Yeah, he had migraine, so he was up.
Terrell Davis is a running back, though, man. I mean, he gets hit all the time, right?
Yeah.
So he could at least see what Byron's saying. This guy didn't even tackle anybody, and he got
every time you saw Tebow at the end, when he's rushing against Tyron Smith, all you saw was this. His arms going up in the air, because they were holding him. Every time, that's what you saw him doing.
Let's wrap this up with Devito. Okay, I think with Devito, they should do what John said. Just let him play. Mm-hmm. We got nothing to lose, but we're losing anyways. Just let him play. Yeah. Like there's no you can't blame him if we lose. You can't if we win. Hopefully it's because of him. Just let the kid play. Wait, you gotta try to get through this season Get through the season. I don't even know, man. There's still so much season left, and there's not. It's a lot of season left.
Yeah, there's what.
And it's horrible, man. I never felt this bad about a Giant team since, like you said, in the 70s.
73, 74.
So and I look, at least with Coughlin, man, you saw his face get red. Yep. Like there is no confusion. But Parcells, man, Daboll just like I can't even understand his expression. I can't tell him he's mad. He's not mad, or he's like, I don't understand what you're doing. I mean, you're in charge.
Well, he does curse out the players every now and then. He does curse them out.
Coughlin, there was some confusion. That brother got mad. Parcells, no. What's his name? Who's on the phone? I think Eli was saying, okay, Parcells would not use PG language. He had no problem not using PG. The players were not. Sometimes you got to whip it up. So Devito, just let him go, roll the dice, leave him be.
Let him go, run the ball.
No matter what's happening in the game, just let him get his reps, let him get his piece. It's just stupid.
Teach him how to slide.
I'm concerned about Barkley getting hurt, but Barkley's still got to play because he's getting paid. But I don't think there's really much there. So,
well, what about this, man? Throw this out there. What about that awful defense too? A 49 piece with Wink, the genius Martindale. What about that? 49. Yeah. 49.
What's 49? That's the defense? No,
that's how much got scored on this past week.
Okay, so Dallas has scored 89 points.
Yeah. We've scored 17 in 2 games. Come on. But nobody says nothing about Wink, though. He's the genius back there.
They're saying everything about everything. They're just terrible. They don't even – they said that Dallas had a bye this week. I mean, that's how bad it is. When they're saying Dallas had a bye,
they started putting their second and third stringers in at the end of the third quarter, man. That's how bad that was. The second, and then we scored 17 points. Come on, come on.
Whatever they do, let's move on. I can't. I'm gonna get sick, and I need to sleep well today. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Dak. Okay. Dak is playing really good football. I still go back to when they led the league in offense. That remember my argument with our fan that hasn't come on again, Jeff, the Dallas fan. If you don't establish a running game, you're going to have a problem. And they don't have a running game. And, they want to talk about how, he played really well against Philly and this and that. Look, Philly had 100 yards, and we talked about the penalties. We talked about that. Philly, like I told Eric, we talked about it. I still think Philly has still a couple of notches left in them to play even better. And I just think that without a running game, you're not going to win.
Be honest, man. You're not being honest. Who have the Dallas Cowboys beat?
No, that's the 1 and 2. Dak is always good now. He's just never good
against mediocre teams.
But once December and January comes, he doesn't play well. No. Like when the game's on the line and he's got several scores up, he plays well. But the game's on the line, I don't trust him.
Who does he beat? Who have they beat? Nobody.
They don't have a big game coming up. They don't have any big games coming up either. They did play well against Philly. You got to give them credit. They played way better than I thought without defensive scores, right? So they played well against Philly, but he didn't beat them. So that's the end of the day. He didn't beat them, right? He put up 700 yards in 2 games, dude. Passing. And 300 something against Philly, and against their D-back. So that's the issue there. I just think sorry, to me, Dallas is always going to be one and done. And remember, they
overrated.
They led the league that year, Byron. Remember, in offense.
What, being overrated?
No, both in overrated and offense. Okay. And then nothing happened. Right. So the fact that he's playing well, good for him. He's playing a little better. He's getting out of stuff, but he really hasn't played anybody. So I'm not really that impressed there. Philadelphia. Let's talk about a little bit about Philadelphia. Eric, do you still think that Jalen Hurts is at 100%?
There's no player in the NFL right now is at 100%.
Dude, why answer one question?
There isn't. There's no player.
No. I got to get into the Eric Winston deals. I ask you one question: is Jalen Hurts at 90%?
I'm hoping that he is with the stretch that's coming up.
Okay.
But he also showed that he could throw from the pocket, so he don't have to run around like crazy.
Yeah.
But he also showed that he can still run just a little bit, even if that knee is gimpy. So,
right. So then you just mentioned the knee gimp. That's the only thing I'm concerned with is his knee. I think he's still got a little bit. Something's there because he's not doing some of the other pieces there. I think Philly's got a tough road ahead of them. Who do they play? They play Kansas City, right?
Yeah, Monday night.
Monday night.
That's gonna be some game. You got Kansas City Monday, and then they got 3 tough games coming, and Dallas has got nobody coming up. Eagles. Let's go to the Eagles. Let's go. Eagles play
2 out of 3 is good for me.
Yeah, well, we know 2 guaranteed wins against the Giants because they play them like with.
No, but the next three games
is Kansas City, San Francisco.
San Francisco is Kansas and the Bills.
The Bills, the wheels are falling off the wagon.
Yeah, those wheels fell off.
We'll get to that in a little bit. The wheels are falling off the wagon, but they're also a team that you don't know what's going to show up, right? But those are 3 tough games with the Chiefs and the 49ers. I mean, the 49ers, once their defense came back and Daboll and Christian and McCaffrey came back, they're a different team. They're a good team. I mean, I don't know
about that. I don't know about that.
Opposite of Bosa now.
And now they got Chase Young. That's and those guys play together at Ohio State.
Honestly, they built their team to beat the Eagles, to try to beat the Eagles. That's what they did. So you got to match fire for fire with that.
Yeah, I still think the Eagles are not playing at full tilt. It's wintertime now, Eric.
Well, they're coming off bye, so they should be fine. They should be a lot better now. A little time off.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see. They're going to need it against the Chiefs because Chiefs defense is playing outstanding, right? That's going to be a true test for. I don't think the Chiefs defense is going to stop the brotherly shove, but I think the Chiefs defense is, dangerous. Spags knows what he's doing.
We have to. The one factor you have to factor in is Taylor Swift going to be at the game.
Mm-hmm. Is she that much of a distraction, though?
She's not a distraction. They win more when she's there.
They win more. He gets at least 100 yards receiving every time
he produces more. He got some. She got some nookie going something there. But something's going on. I don't know. When she's there, they win. And he produces. So she's not a jinx. She's the opposite. In fact, when he got a little bit, they thought he was injured. They were blaming her because she wasn't there. So we got. So what do you think? Okay, so Byron, why don't you ask the questions, right? Where do you think the Eagles are going to go in the next 3 games? You got the Chiefs, you got the Bills, you got the 49ers.
They're going to lose to the Chiefs in Kansas City. What's the next one? San Francisco. They're going to beat San Francisco.
They play They play at home against the Bills and home against San Francisco.
They're going to beat them too.
I forgot we play at home. Yeah, San Fran ain't got a shot.
They ain't got a shot in Philadelphia.
Here's the sad part. That if they lose one of those three, Dallas has an easy schedule coming up. It puts Dallas right neck and neck.
They ain't gonna
be. Eric, I'm going sweep.
No, who's not going to sweep?
You going sweep?
I'm going sweep on.
I like that.
You know what? I'm going to be with John today. I'm going to go with that too. They're going to sweep through all three of those teams. I
feel the same way. I was taking 2 out of 3. But
I'm going to tell you, they're going to lose to the Chiefs, and they're going to lose to the 49ers.
I believe they're going to beat the Chiefs, and then everybody's going to crown them.
Obviously, you did. All 3. You said they were going 3-0. So
yeah, I'm changing up. I'm going with them.
I love it. I love it because then I love seeing my scorecard against Byron Smith.
Oh, stop, man! You missed 2 weeks, man. Come on, man. It's null and void.
I'm killing you.
No, it's closer than you think.
No, I know.
Still missed 2 weeks, Mister.
I didn't miss 2 weeks. I picked them all. I picked everything.
Look at it.
Hey, Vic, can I give it up for John? And can I give it up for John and his team out there letting Russ finally cook again?
Yeah, we're going to go there, but we're not going to let you move this conversation. So, yeah, we're going to get there. So, take it easy. Remember who showed it.
Your bag today, huh?
Yeah. This is by the way, I want to, send a happy birthday to my dad. Today's my dad's birthday. May he rest in peace.
Happy birthday.
It's the first birthday I wasn't able to call him and wish him happy birthday. So it's a little tough day for me. But he's with us watching the show. I got him with me right here. Shout out to my father, Tony Arocho. So back to I think that San Francisco's back. I think they're gonna do well. I think the Chiefs are playing, the defense is playing well. I think Patrick is gonna do enough. I'm concerned that if Philly doesn't start moving up to its full potential, I think that that's where they have the challenge. So I'm going to go 1 and 2. You guys are going 3 and 0. And we'll go from there. By the way, Byron, I got every pick in. I don't know where you're missing.
Oh, you need to look at it.
You need to have a different sheet.
I got copies.
I got my own sheet.
You better look.
I deny, deflect.
You better look at it.
No, I'll fix it.
Oh, now you're gonna fix it a little late now.
I ain't doing late. I deny, deflect. Isn't that what you're talking about?
Okay, all right.
All right. So, what do you think? Okay, what are the keys? Why do you think they're going to beat Kansas City, Byron?
Why? Because Kansas City's defenses are playing a lot better than people get credit for. They're coming off a bye week. I think Andy Reid has never lost coming out of a bye. Never.
You said Philly's going to win.
I know. I'm just throwing that out there. But I'm still going with the Eagles, though. The Eagles are going to run the ball. They're going to get after Patrick Mahomes. Why do you think
Philadelphia's going to win? And you gave all the reasons.
I'm just saying because you're going to forget those facts. But I'm just going to go with this over here, saying that the Eagles are going to give my man Andy Reid his first loss coming out of a bye. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to stick with that.
I don't think so. All right. Why do you think they're going to win, John?
Well, number one, Taylor Swift is on her South American tour right now, so she ain't going to be there, number one. Number two, last game I saw them, I didn't watch the Miami game, but the one before that, they didn't do too well. Their defense didn't play that great. I mean, they played okay. Mahomes is playing. I'm not sure who that guy is. He ain't the old Patrick Mahomes. He's still great, but there's something missing there. So I like the Eagles' chances, and I agree with Byron. Reid is due for a loss coming out of the bye.
Okay, Eric, I'm going to ask you, but yours is probably easy.
John hit everything on the nail. I mean, I like what he said, everything that he said, because it all makes sense.
Okay, I don't think. I think that the Spag is going to be prepared defensively for them. I think I won't go against Patrick Mahomes. I think their defense is playing really well. I think Patrick is not playing his normal Patrick. And I'm going to go with Andy Reid not losing coming out of a bye week.
Now you bring it up now.
Well, you brought it up, so I'm going to add to it.
I just want to remind you.
But thanks for reminding me. That's even more reason for me to pick them. And they're playing at Kansas City. And it's tough to play at Kansas City, just like it's tough to play in Philadelphia. Right? I mean, Kansas City is a tough place to play. So is Philly. That's what the advantage of. The Bills, I think, are going to lose. They're a disaster there. What do you think about the firing of Ken Dorsey, Byron?
You got to have a scapegoat. Guess what? No,
that's right.
And Dorsey was it.
Yep.
Santiago called me. He goes, I said the same thing. He goes, Byron said the same thing. I go, yeah, they got to blame somebody. And you know who defended him? Josh Allen.
Yeah, because he knows he's not playing. People forget, man. This guy, it seems like it's either boom or bust with Josh Allen. Great talent. Yeah. Great talent. I'm not going to say he's not. But there's sometimes that, some of them throws that he just lets it go. He did that, twice, with the last game. That's not on the OC. That's not, well, hey, run this play, make sure, complete it. And what does he do? The first one's like a rocket. And the other one looked like it took off. That's on him. That's on Josh Allen. But, they were expecting, to win the AFC East, compete for the Super Bowl. Their window is slowly closing. So you have to get rid of somebody. And guess what? Ken Dorsey was the guy, because they're not going to fire the head coach, right now. If the wheels fall off a little bit more, maybe they'll get to him. But right now, Ken Dorsey is the guy. You got to blame somebody.
Yeah, and I think also, I don't think Josh Allen is running as much as he needs to. He's got the talent. He's better when he does run. Statistically, when he's ran for a certain 40 yards or more, he's done a lot better. And he's just trying to gunsling for some reason, and it's just not working. He's throwing bad passes.
A lot of interceptions.
A lot of interceptions. The same thing with Patrick Mahomes. So I don't trust that team. That team clicks, they can become powerful. They don't click, that's it. So that's the deal there. The 49ers against the Eagles. I think the playing at Philadelphia is difficult. So they're going to have their hands full. I just I believe in that defense. You know what I mean? I think that, the Eagles have given up more sacks than I would expect. Even against Dallas, they gave up 3 sacks. Concerned about Eagles penalties.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Wait. Just remember, a lot of Jalen. I got to bring this up. A lot of Jalen Hurts sacks are when he starts rolling out and he just slides down behind the line of scrimmage, and they count that as a sack. That happens with him a lot more than people realize.
Right, but it's still a sack for a loss, right? So it affects.
Yeah, but he slid down, man. That's like a Chiefs. That's like when Michael Strahan, got
his last record. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, he's the guy fell down in front of him.
I'm just bringing up what I see in the last several games. I think that they're going to come to play. They know they need this game, and they need to prove that their team that is back. And Philly's that proven team. I think Philly's a good team. I'm just all year I've been saying they're not playing at the level I think they have the capability. Because I think they're a better team than, even though they have the wins, they're a better team than the way they're playing, in my opinion.
They're just not hitting on all cylinders right now. You figured they had a chance, a turnover, a safety. They got a new safety they traded for. They're still, a carousel at linebacker. They're still working things out. One of the Landon Dickinson, the offensive guard, got hurt early, so they had a new guard in. They got a right tackle, but they're still working through things. They'll be fine.
They're giving a lot of passing yards, and they're giving up, and they're doing too many yards, giving up too many penalty yards. John, Eric, let her go. Oh, what's up? He comes alive. I knew how to pull him out, how to pull the lion out of him. Dog and his Eagles. There we go. Welcome to the show, Mr. Eric Winters. Now I no wonder he calls us old. He's so young. Now I can't hear you. You got to unmute. When I want to mute you, I can't.
I said, no gray hair here, buddy.
No.
Oh, man.
Too much hair.
You guys are talking about the Eagles and far as them playing KC.
No,
or San Fran.
49. We're saying,
well, the 49ers just built their team to try to, in competition with the Eagles, but it's all in their head. Like everybody know when you come to Philly, you got to meet us at the door, and you got to meet us when you leave at the door. So, in last year when they came in, Bosa got caught talking a lot of trash to the fans, and that kind of permeated into the locker room. And then it went from the locker room to the butt kicking on the field, and then they heard about it when they left, walking out of there too. So it's more of the same.
Did you see the one when Joey Bosa was coming to the stadium? They got him they was lighting him up, man.
Well, he should have just ignored them and just kept on going. He had to turn back around, and once he turned back around, it's like flies on honey, man. Like you know how it go. Like you know how it is in Philly. Once you start with one, you got to deal with all of it. So,
they get police escorted to the bus.
Yeah, the referees also. You come in there through where we can sit there and berate you all the way through. And we're not just talking about some of the soft points. We're talking about all the harder points in life. So you're catching it all.
Now, for the record, I don't want Philly. I'm telling them they're going to go 1-2 because that's what I believe. I don't want them to because then it gives Dallas the advantage. I'd like to see Philly win, and I'd like to see Philly play Philly ball. I want to see them. I want to see that Philly team of last year. I want them to click. They got the pieces.
I feel like they're trending that way because, like everybody said, the same thing. We're 8-1 and we haven't even touched the ceiling yet. Yeah. So, just imagine once look at all those points that you guys make, I don't see why we won't be able to touch the ceiling. I mean, break the ceiling, the glass ceiling, because we got all the moving parts. There's no more moving parts. There's no more excuses.
You have the team. Your defensive back's suspect, but your defensive line got to step up a little bit more.
Well, we've been rolling. We got 30-something sacks.
Yeah, they got a lot of sacks already.
Yeah, we got 30-something sacks. I'm not exactly sure, but I know we're on the same page.
That's even scary. That's even scarier.
There it is.
No. What's scarier to have that many sacks and give up that many passing yards?
Well, I mean, if you're playing a soft zone all the time, which Sean Desai got them doing, you don't have them playing press man. Now, the only reason why we had to play press man against the Cowboys is because CeeDee Lamb is a different type of character. Yep. Like, we didn't know what to do with that dude. But, a win is a win, whether it's by 2 or by 20.
Yep. John?
No, what I was going to say is also, I don't think that Philly is showing all their cards just yet. I think when the San Francisco game comes around, that's going to be what you call a statement game. And that's, I think, when Philly is going to, and you guys know I'm not a Philly guy. I live in the area, but I'm not a Philly guy. But I can watch them and say this. Like you said, they haven't peaked yet. They're waiting for that exact moment, and that's going to be the San Francisco game.
Well, I hope so. But do you agree that they thought Dallas was going to be a statement game, and they came out of there a little bit stained?
They came out a little flat, yeah. But
a win is a win.
They could have. Who just said that?
Byron.
Win is a win.
Okay, this is the same guy who was crying the following week. That was pass interference.
Of course not. I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that and stuff. Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
That was pass interference. His knee was down.
Prove it.
I'm gonna pull up.
I don't believe you. Prove it.
Hey, Eric, you talk. I'll pull it up next last week.
Yeah. You say that all the time. I ain't worried about
it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Eric.
I mean, I don't. San Francisco, it's all a head game with them. Like they the bully that come into the yard until they find out it's a real bully in the yard. Like that's what it is. That's all it's going to be. They may have signed Chase, but when they sign Chase, they don't know what they got in that bag. That cat in that bag. Like he came from he came from Washington. They said he was just a loose cannon while he was over there, along with the ownership and everybody else. So all of a sudden now you bring him in, he's going to change the face of what San Fran is. No,
but he's playing for contract now because they declined his 5th-year option. But basically, he's auditioning for other teams, so he's going to have to do something, or he's going to be the journeyman #1 pick, bouncing around the league like Clowney has.
You know who he remind me of? Jadeveon Clowney.
There you go.
Jadeveon Clowney was the toast of the town when he was down there with the Texans. Where he at now?
With his 15.
Yeah, but nobody want to deal with a head case. That's the thing. Nobody wants to deal with a head case. And I'm not saying that I know Chase, but I know they got him out of there for a reason. How you a first round draft pick? You do everything you're not supposed to do, and then you get shipped out as soon as they can ship you out. But then they shipped you out to a team where you may not perform on that day. Because let's not forget, the Eagles do have a pretty good offensive line. Mm-hmm. And when it's time to, kick and take names, we do that. It's not pretend. It's not nobody's talking. You just do it. So,
yeah, but the Commanders are a mess because they traded both of their number one picks.
Oh yeah,
they traded both of those guys.
But don't you think the ownership is trying to pile up for a cap space?
You talking about new ownership?
For the Commanders?
Yeah, the
Commanders. They trying to clean house. I would clean house if I were them.
Think about the guys they got rid of. It's big dollars. They're trying to free up cap space. They know right now this season is between Dallas and Philadelphia. So, what are you going to do? You got
new ownership. And not only do you have a new ownership group, then you turn around, you're going to get rid of Ron Rivera. Eric Bieniemy going to be the guy. Like everybody already see it. Yeah. So you got to figure out how you're going to, when you come into next year, dollars cannot be a factor whatsoever. It's going to have to come down to the Eagles and Washington. It has to do that because, all of the new ownership that's coming in, they don't want to see that crap no more. It's almost like our Sixers, right? We keep talking about this process that never processed. It's still loading. Like
speaking of your Sixers.
What? Oh, here we go.
Oh my God. Harden, no. Harden is like the worst.
He crashed.
He's the greatest player that ruins a team wherever he goes.
Who can you guys compare him to, though? Because he's going in the Hall of Fame.
My God, I don't know.
As far as comparing,
he's one of the top 75 that's in the league right now. And he's still going to the Hall of Fame just off of his sheer numbers alone. Not championships, nothing like that. But who do you guys compare him to in y'all time of watching sports or sports all the way across the board? A guy that can come in there and just be, oh my God, I don't even know the right word to use for this guy, but he enamors you. He's like fool's gold almost.
The thing is, the only one I can't even compare him to is because at least this guy made it to the championship. Harden's never made it to an NBA championship, right?
No. So he's not even trying.
Who's your boy? Who's the other boy? Your boy from Philly, the small guy that's just awesome point guard.
What, AI?
Allen Iverson?
Yeah, Allen Iverson.
Russell Westbrook. There you go. Yeah. Talented guy that hasn't, he's on his 19th team. He could score.
Yeah, that would be good.
They on the same team together. That's a shame.
with Paul George and Kawhi. Kawhi should have never left Toronto.
Nope. You're talking about San Antonio. Oh no, he should have left.
He should have left
Toronto.
San Antonio.
Yeah, right.
He should have left San Antonio first. But if he's going to stay somewhere, he should have stayed at Toronto because without him, they almost made it again to the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he would have owned two countries because everybody loved him here.
Oh, you're right. That is Toronto. That's Canada. You're right. I forgot about that.
Two countries he would own. They told him he was eating for free anywhere he wanted in the entire country. Plus, they gave him a house of his choice.
And he left that?
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I don't know. So anyhow, my only thing with the 49ers, I think, look, Eric, your teams build teams to beat teams in their division and then to beat teams in the Super Bowl. You understand?
I'm listening. But
so they are. You're right. They are building it to beat Philadelphia, but you got to because that's the only one they got to worry about.
They got all
the NFC East. Who are the top three teams? It's Philly and San Fran, and then you gotta put Dallas, unfortunately, in there. Who else is good? Byron?
It's those three and everybody else.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's those three. So if if it's those three, you better prepare yourself. You already beat. Yeah, well, out of the quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts is the best, in my opinion. I trust him the most, but I trust Brock Purdy over Dak.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, the history of Dak, I don't even know, man. It's hard to do.
Especially Dak will do something crazy in the playoffs.
He almost did something crazy against us. I'm like, yo, this dude want to lose the game. Like, whatever.
Hold on a second. Oh, I almost found it, Byron.
Found what?
Talking smack about Dallas.
Whatever, man. Let's get to the best game of the day with John.
All right, let's go.
Denver game. Let's get to that, John.
I'm gonna find it and save this clip, and I'm gonna send it out to the world.
We're going to the Denver game.
I'm tired of you telling me not finding it. I'm getting me an intern.
Let's have John. Let him get his glory. Come on, John. Come on, bring it, John.
Record it, and we'll say that he swore he never said it.
Whatever, man. We'll worry about that later. Go ahead, John.
I'm going to be honest. I was passively watching the game.
What?
I was passively watching the game.
Okay. Because you on here to give a recap.
I'm gonna get there, Byron or Vic. Just give me a second. I know. I said Vic. So then I saw, okay, we're up, and then game's on. I see interception. Another interception. The Denver defense, give them props. And, we talk about Josh Allen running. He wasn't able to run because he had nowhere to run. The pocket was collapsing around him. They should have kept running the ball. And not
can he read defenses?
I don't think he can read a book. I'm kidding. I like don't get me wrong. I like Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen. I think he's a hell of a talent. But, and part of the game, Denver's defense in the second half, they got complacent again and almost lost it. If it wasn't for Russ throwing up that pass to Sutton and Sutton having the brains to make sure both feet were inbounds doing that toe drag. I mean, come on, you guys.
That was nice.
That was a pretty catch. Nice. That the whole weekend. And the best way to watch any game on Monday night is the Manning cast. I don't care what anyone says. It's Eli and Peyton.
Eli's funny.
Yeah, and the thing about it was because I was watching it and they missed that field goal at the end. I'm like, okay, good effort. And then 12 men on the field. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. There's a horseshoe out there somewhere. But no, Broncos played a good game. They're starting to buy into Sean Payton. Payton is putting more trust into Russ. And now, you talk about players coming back. They had Josie Jewell. They had Bear Browning come back, linebackers, and that has helped them. That's why I said a couple weeks ago, there is a very slim path to the playoffs. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's possible, but there is a very slim path to the playoffs, depending on the teams.
Who's in your division?
We got to play Oakland twice, and the best coach, or not Oakland. I'm sorry, the Faders.
Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley, the greatest coach in the AFC West, twice.
That's right.
Can I ask you a question about those Raiders? Do you think that they have an opportunity or a chance to make it to the playoffs under their new coach, under the new regime?
Who?
The Raiders.
The Raiders?
Yeah.
No.
That's your old guy.
Okay.
I like seeing it. It reminds me of my.
I love Taylor Pierce.
So why?
He reminds me of the old days in the Raiders where, they used to talk a lot of trash on the field and hurt a lot of people.
But look who they beat, man, the last 2 games. Come on. Really?
It don't matter. A W is a W.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Staley. I mean, the job he did, was it last week when they played our Lions, Byron?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, put up a great effort against the Lions. And once again, the Lions bandwagon is strong. We're going to ride that until the wheels fall off. Boom.
That's right. Jump on that bandwagon. Detroit Lions, roar.
I like that.
Hey, by the way, we didn't even mention the Lions. The Lions, they're the other team in the NFC.
There you go.
And once again, but who called that? Who called that at the beginning of the season, Byron? Who did that? It was you and me, right?
That's right.
No, it was Byron's family.
Whoa. John is in the family.
Thank you.
You guys look so much alike. It's amazing.
Yeah, you said, look at that.
Right up here.
You got the same haircut and everything.
Same haircut, same everything. We drink apple juice. Come on, we're good.
Yeah. So
now you guys think call the Lions, and I stand corrected. I still think they're the Lions.
I can't hear you. What do you say?
Nothing.
Okay.
I didn't say a word. I think Lions need life insurance. Anyways, they need something. Yeah. So we got look the standings. If we just overlook, let me share my screen here with you. Make sure that we're covering all the pieces I wanted to cover.
Oh no, the worst trade in the history of the NFL, Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah,
that's not what you said the other day, but I agree. By the way, who was one on record 2 years ago when he first got traded, and we said who's the quarterback that we got to watch, that all eyes are going to be on.
Who?
That was me stating Deshaun Watson. He's going to make or break ownership.
And what happened?
And he hasn't even played a season. He played one season collectively in his 2 years.
Games. 12 out of 26.
12 out of 26 games, and he hasn't been good except for that last quarter of last week.
Yeah.
He hasn't been him. He hasn't been the guy that I know from the Texans. The
question is that the worst trade in the history of the NFL?
Yes, I think
really.
So. Yes.
You don't remember the Herschel Walker one with five players?
I was going to say that one. Yeah, I was going to say that one.
Time out, but let me make my argument and you make yours. There's a big difference between I don't know if that was a bad trade. It was a bad trade. It was a trade that built Dallas to give them what they had.
And what happened to Minnesota?
Hold on a second. But Minnesota, hold on a second. But Minnesota didn't get so like this trade for Deshaun Watson, paying him $256 million guaranteed.
And that's all people can really say is the money. That's what bothers people.
But that's going to affect the team. The team has never been good ever. Nope. It's going to affect them for years. You do that trade because you're going to be in the Super Bowl in 2 to 3 years. You don't do that trade to affect your salary cap. That team is done for the next several years.
Was he considered a superstar before all of this happened? Before this guy?
Yes.
So that's why you pay that guy that type of money.
But time out. You do, but he came with baggage. Like I know Lamar Jackson deserved it more than he did.
Yep.
Okay. I would have given it more to Lamar Jackson, and even I'm still concerned of giving anybody that kind of money up front. The one I think gets it the most front is Patrick Mahomes. But Deshaun Watson was hurt coming in already. Yeah. They knew it. 2, he had so many of those allegations going in. That's why they only paid him $1 million the first year. Eric,
prior to hearing about the incidents, what did you hear about Deshaun Watson before that? Before
he was one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks.
He was exactly.
He was one of my favorite quarterbats.
He wanted to leave. They had to leak something out.
But I wouldn't have paid him a better deal than I paid Patrick Mahomes. And they paid him. He had the best deal in the NFL when he made the deal, and that was post Patrick Mahomes' deal.
Yeah, you're talking about when he's with.
You cannot
Texas,
tell
right?
me. No, when he traded him to Cleveland,
I'm saying what I'm saying is prior to him getting into all of that, that situation, and him wanting to leave.
Yes,
when he wanted to leave because of whatever contract dispute that they had, there was nothing to talk about. No. Soon as he wanted to leave, that's when all of this came out. Yeah, and when it came out, everybody looked at him differently. Prior to that, he was a superstar.
I didn't look at him differently.
He had no issues whatsoever.
No, but I'm just saying, for me, I always try to
keep that we know
I keep all the stuff off the field, on the field. I'm just saying I kept it separate. I'm just saying to you that my reason of why he was the quarterback you had to watch, hence why it's the worst trade, is because he's gonna either now force all these other teams to do stuff like that, or he's gonna now the other owners, he just affected contracts for future quarterbacks.
Yeah, but does that make it a bad? So that's a bad trade then for Cleveland. Is that? Do we agree on that? That was a bad trade.
I think that was the worst trade in history. I don't think
quarterback for the Raiders had the worst contract.
Herschel, they got picks for, and then they made just crazy.
They traded 5 players and 8 picks for one guy because Minnesota thought they was one step away from.
Yeah, but what you're missing is what happened in the war room. That was the longest draft in history.
Yeah, it was long. Yeah, because they kept moving around on the draft.
Right, and they ended up with 31 picks. So with the trade itself, it was only 8. But what happened was Jimmy Johnson. There was a show on it. Jimmy Johnson was saying that.
How many Super Bowls did the Cowboys win because of that trade?
3.
Okay.
3. Yeah.
How many did Minnesota win because of that trade?
None.
I rest my case.
How many? You can rest all you want. It's still not the worst trade. Worst trade is Deshaun Watson.
But you're talking about money. That's money. I'm talking about.
Now, how much did the quarterback get paid for the Raiders?
Who?
Not trade. Got drafted.
But Derek Carr?
Oh, you're talking about Ronnenberg.
Real big guy from Louisiana.
Jamarcus
LSU.
Oh,
yeah, he changed everything. He had the worst contract, not in the trade, but he had the worst contract, and they fixed everybody.
Sam Bradford is the reason why they changed the way they do contracts.
Made the club in the
he got $102 million as a rookie coming in the door, and that's why they decided to come with the all right. Well, the first pick gets this, second pick, and that's how they changed it with him years ago.
How was Minnesota before Herschel Walker?
Nothing. They never won a Super Bowl.
Okay, so then the trade didn't affect it. They still stunk with him.
I said that they didn't win a Super Bowl, but Dallas won 3.
Yeah, but that
is 1.
So that was a great trade.
For
It's not the worst trade.
Yeah, it was a great trade for them, but it wasn't for Minnesota.
Okay, so then
Minnesota thought they were one.
So then you could say the same argument for Texans. It was a great trade for the Texans and not a great trade for Cleveland.
Listen, I'm not trying to move this along, but y'all made a great trade with this kid named Dobbs. I don't know where y'all found this kid at, but that quarterback, nice.
And guess who gave him up? Who gave him up? Who just got hurt? 15 people. They cut him.
Wait a minute. Who
was Dobbs with?
Cardinals.
Yeah. Right. They gave him up. They gave him. I'm happy, and I picked the Vikings again this week. You picked them twice.
Wait a minute. This one's for Eric. What about when the Eagles traded Wentz to the Colts for a first round pick?
Yeah,
we got Jalen.
Yep, it was a good trade.
Not Jalen, but whatever first pick, because that's the year they had 2 picks, I think.
Yeah, we got Jalen.
Yeah, they traded Wentz there, robbed the.
Who's Wentz playing for now? Did someone just pick up Carson Wentz?
Yeah, I forgot.
Rams.
The Rams?
Yeah. Isn't Stetson Ben?
Nah, he hurt. He hurt.
Oh my God. Okay.
Or hurt John's feelings, the Russell Wilson trade. Them trading for him.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm happy to see for John that the Broncos won. They did well. Maybe something's happening. I like Russell Wilson. Sean Payton, I still think he needs to prove his stripes, but man, I didn't realize making $100 million as a coach is pretty impressive.
One thing, go back to Deshaun Watson. It's what I've been saying the last 2 years, guys. Cleveland is going to be Cleveland. That's all I got to say.
Right, and they're going to be worse than Cleveland now because that cap is crushed.
Talking about the Belichick era.
We're talking about going the belt. That team is now the Ravens.
Yeah, the Cleveland's always been Cleveland, but I'm just saying it's just now. He's gone. He's got 3 more seasons, and they got to pay him out $80 million a year or something.
Watson. Yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that back up. Go ahead.
All right. So look, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, let's go around. Byron, let's give me some stuff. What are you thankful for?
For everything. Thankful to still be here. I got a lot of friends that are not. You guys are still here. We go through this every week. As far as we might disagree or whatever. That's what we're supposed to do during the the whole debate thing. But I'm thankful to still be here because I have a lot of friends that just not here anymore.
How old are you, Byron?
61.
You gotta make it past 65. God willing. Did you know the statistic? The statistic is men that make it past 65 live to 85, 80 something years old. Like that's the magic number. So I got to make it. So I got to make it past 7 years. So then we're good. You're thankful for? Okay, great, awesome. What are you thankful for, John?
Well, my wife, my dogs, my nieces, my nephew, all their kids, Uncle Eric, you know that. I'm like Byron. I'm thankful for you guys. You know, if it's like a couple years ago, hey, come on our show. And I'm like, what? Okay. And you know, when my schedule allows it, I try to be on. So I'm grateful for you guys. I really am. I'm grateful for my health. You know, what was it, a year and a half ago? I was up at 275. Now I'm down to 218. I'm happy about that. You know, awesome. I want to live past that Byron age he's just talking about right there.
Gotta get past 65, guys. Men's most dangerous years is in their 60s. Byron, how old were the guys we've just passed? How old were they?
A lot of them in their 50s, early, 60s. A lot of them. A lot.
62. Chucky was like 62. Lance was like 61, 62.
They're all my age. I graduated with all those guys.
I had a guy I graduated high school with.
You just had a guy pass.
Yeah, and, I'm still waiting for him to jump out and say "gotcha," but you know, I know it ain't going to happen. But it still hasn't sunk in yet. You know, but there's a lot of where you're looking at people. You know, remember Chris Hamler? You know, a couple years ago passing. He was younger than both of us. That was that one crushed me, dude. It still to this that still crushes me. But yeah, I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my job. You know, I can't complain about anything.
Eric,
and I'm grateful just for today. You know, and the reason why I say today is because we don't know, our days. And another thing I'm grateful for is just family and meeting you old guys. So, you know, it's like sitting at the table with all your old uncles just talking, and I'm just soaking up all the knowledge, man. Like, first time I met you, Vic, like you and I, we didn't hit it off correctly, but I ended up understanding that, this is something that I needed to see and be a part of because, Coach Byron, he brought me in, kind of put his arm around me and said, hey, look, young guy, go this way. And now I'm sitting here at the table and I'm learning from a guy named John. And, there's so much knowledge just is in this room. I'm just soaking it up. And I said, damn, when I reach you guys' age,
by the way,
I should be all right.
Eric, a couple of weeks ago, I was the only one that knew what HBCU meant on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
that's not true. We just couldn't get the initials right.
But no, I'm thankful for you guys, man. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your platform and jumping in and out, especially me being young and just seeing all the little golden.
This ain't an age-restricted show.
Yeah, it's definitely a great show.
Well, thank you. One, I am thankful that we actually got to see what you look like.
Yeah, that's a big one right there.
Like you came out of witness protection. I was getting a little nervous with Byron. I was like, Byron, what's up with Eric, man? Even his brother came on, and we were able to see his brother. He didn't come on. And
a lot of times, my kids is running in the background, so I had to. Figure out
that's great. I like your little background. We got to get Byron and John to get a background now, like you do. That looks pretty good. So thank you for coming on the show. I am thankful for the show. I'm thankful for like you. I'm thankful for today because you never know. Oh, now I left. As soon as I tell him I'm thankful for seeing him, he's gone.
The kids.
Oh, the kids. I am thankful for the show. I'm thankful for Byron for wanting to do this with me when I asked him. And thankful for Byron. Byron's never missed a show in 4 years, John.
I know. Even they've asked me to fill in for you.
I called you to ask to fill in for me.
Yeah, no, and I'll do that anytime.
Thursdays, I ain't retired, one, but two, it doesn't matter. It's still he's the Iron Man of podcasting. Yep. There's no confusion. Byron is steadfast, and he does awesome work during off season with some of the picks and so forth. I'm thankful that I have my dad for 88 years. You know, a little sad today. Even my stepmom, shout out to my stepmom, Nuna, married Lamentia Arocho. You know, today was probably the first day I felt it, that it bothered. She told me it was hard. And normally she's just tough Jersey Italian girl lady. And it was hard for her today. And I've never felt it from her since day one. And so that's a little bit tough, but I'm thankful that I'm going to be able to be there for Thanksgiving. I'm doing the turkey. I'll do something. Man, we got to figure out what we're going to do with the show because it's Thanksgiving. I don't know. We're going to just probably get in. Giants play again.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't want indigestion, man, watching them on Thanksgiving.
Well, if they're playing on Thanksgiving, we might as well just do our show so we don't have to watch it.
No, they're playing Washington this Sunday. That's it.
Okay. But I'm thankful for my family. You know, I'm thankful for, my health. I'm thankful for the opportunities, a lot of things. I'm thankful for God, it's really helped me over these last couple of years. Things have been challenging. I may have lost almost 10 friends and family members over these last couple of years. And I know everyone goes, well, look, you're getting older, this and that. That don't make it any easier. And Byron, when we were younger, we lost people.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, there was a gap in my life when I was young. I lost a bunch of people. And then when I hit college, up until now, I didn't lose anyone. And now I'm losing people. So people act like, listen, I went through death at an early age. We had kids get hit by car when we were younger, motorcycle accidents. I mean, I had a fraternity brother, Dominic, God bless the Chisvetti family. He's my little brother, Dominic. The kid was sitting on the back of a pickup truck. He didn't know they were leaving. They left. He fell off, hit his head, died. So, bless your stars, bless your kids, take every day. You can tell Eric is, he's right. He's young. Be thankful for today because you don't know what tomorrow brings. Yesterday was a canceled check. Tomorrow's a post-dated check. Today's a gift. It's the present. And be thankful that, we have our lives and be thankful. Let's make sure we live past 65. That's the magic number. I knew the 60s were challenging for men. Statistically, I've been in insurance for a long time. I didn't know 65 was a magic number. It's like you get 65, you could literally live. That's why you got to watch your retirement because you live 65. The average is like you live up to 85, and if you stay married, one of the two lives in their 90s.
Oh God, no! I got to get divorced. Sorry, I don't want to. I'm kidding. My wife doesn't watch this anyway, so. And it's
I had to go off mute for that one.
Trouble twice, bro. Once with your job, and now with your wife.
Oh man! I'm kidding.
Deny the flag.
Exactly. And if Santiago turns that into something on Facebook, I'm going to hunt him
down. Well, first of all, men die earlier than women, number one. And then two, it just you remember in my business, you see a lot of statistics. You just get more surprised the more you find out about it. Right. And then it gets worse when you're closer to that number.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about it. Us, but you never know either, though. So make sure you're protected. You protect your family. I could talk to you off camera on that, but I'm thankful for all you guys in this show, and I think we have some fun. Our numbers have been going up. I definitely want to start moving to restream, guys. So I want you guys to start getting ready for that change. I want to change up the show a little bit. I want some stuff going on. I want some ticker tapes going on. We need to make this a real show. But that's what I'm thankful for. So I'm looking forward to it. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Byron? Is you going to have it at your mom's? You're going to be
my sister down in Delaware. I'll be close, John. But we'll be in Delaware.
John, got my number.
John, what you doing?
I know.
I'm gonna go buy turkey tomorrow. Let it thaw for a couple of days. Do a nice dry brine for it, and that's pretty much it. We don't go anywhere. We stay here, and then for the first time in 9 years, I'm actually taking the day after Thanksgiving off. I was always the guy filling in so everyone else could take vacation. I'm taking the vacation day this year. So, but that's just gonna be here. Basic stuff. Gonna save the I always like to say the dark meat to make chili with, green chili. You know, it's even better than if you do because I normally do chicken thighs, but the turkey, the dark meat for the turkey for chili. Oh my God, it's awesome.
Send me that recipe because I never did that.
Yeah, got it. You got it.
What you doing, Eric?
Same thing. Well, my wife, she always cooks, and then we do the house hopping thing. So we go see her parents, my parents, and then we'll come back around. And it's my wife's birthday on the 25th, so we celebrate that too.
Birthday.
Yeah, nice. We'll celebrate that too, Philly style.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what that
PG, Mrs. Winters. PG, Mrs. Winters.
Yeah, right. So I mean, we just have a good time around this time, man. Just celebrating my wife, and the kids, and house hopping during Thanksgiving.
I'm headed to Orlando again. We've been to Orlando for over 20 plus years for my dad. My dad always ate the wing. He always made the turkey. So they asked me, now I'm making the turkey. So we're passing it on. It's going to be tough, but we're going to Orlando. Then on Friday, which is Black Friday, my kids love, even though we don't have to do it anymore because it's online. I don't get it. I buy everything online. I don't understand. When it didn't exist, I will tell you, I loved getting up at 5 a.m. to go
throwing elbows.
Black Friday, get me some. Nah, I didn't do any of that.
Okay. That was just me. Sorry.
Nah. But the problem is, I would buy stupid stuff. Like they were so it's in it. Oh my God, it's on sale. I'll buy it. But it was fun because I'd get up, I'd go and get Starbucks with my wife. We go. It was 5 a.m. My wife never gets up doing that, but the kids we get up on Friday with the kids. And we go, and they're not even kids, it's 25, 22, but they still like that tradition of just going to the store. And then they go and they do their shopping, and I watch TV on my YouTube TV and my stick. But this will be an interesting one. This is going to be a tough one for me. But I want to be there, with my stepmom and her mom and spend that time there, just like we always do. And with my family. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite. Now let me ask you a question, Byron, because this is going to forget. But what time do you normally eat Thanksgiving dinner? Like if it's your,
It's like a buffet, man. We started 2. We started 2 all the way until whenever.
Okay, John.
We usually I usually throw the bird in, depending on the size of it. Throw it in around maybe 10 a.m. So 2 to 3.
Eric?
2 to whenever. Because I'm house hopping, so it starts. So we eat just enough so we can make it back here.
Santiago, this is the end of the show. Capture this clip for me. Okay, I'm used to eating Thanksgiving around 2:00. So we could go house hopping, or we get to eat food all day long. Right, you get to reheat it up. You get to watch. You get the desserts. You get to watch TV, football.
Take a nap.
Take a killer nap. Or we used to, when we were younger in Amboy, we'd go to 15 houses, and we were young athletes, so we could eat like horses. Right? I come to Miami, and look, my wife's Cuban. I love the Cuban people down here. These brothers don't eat till like 8.
Yeah. I love when Rick's voice gets so high, it kind of, you can't hear it.
It just faded away.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how you can eat Thanksgiving so late. You know what I mean?
No, what time do they eat? We didn't hear that.
They're like 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, hell no.
It's like a dinner, and that's it. And some of them don't trust turkey the next day. They think it goes bad.
What?
Yeah, but they'll eat pork the next day.
Yeah, I mean that's that's what they do.
I'm just saying to you, I just wanted to prove my point for the South Florida Indians. We like eating turkey. Thanksgiving dinner is usually at early afternoon, so you can eat as much as possible all day long because there's so much food. It's like it's one of the only holidays you got leftovers for a long time.
Yep.
So anyhow, I'm glad, guys, gentlemen. It's good to see you, Eric. I wish you guys the best of luck. Who's playing tonight? Who's our pick tonight?
Baltimore and the Bengals.
Ravens.
Oh, it can't be the Baltimore and Bengals. I thought they just played, no?
Yeah,
I'm watching it right now.
Sunday. They just played.
Who's
Quick
playing
turnaround.
tonight? Who's playing tonight?
It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking at.
They didn't play last week against each other?
Yeah, they played somebody last week, but I'm just saying they played Sunday and now they play Thursday. Quick turnaround.
I thought you meant they played together. Okay. I'm picking Baltimore.
Yep. Go the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah. So
Bengals.
now you know I'm picking Baltimore.
Oh,
Bengals.
Eric, come on, man! You're talking about the knowledge that we were giving you, and now you're going against it.
Well, the reason I'm watching Bengals, the reason why I'm pitching Baltimore, because I think they needed to wake up. That loss against the Browns, they should have won that game. That was terrible. That was a terrible loss. That was one of my losses. That was a terrible loss. That was a bad loss for
Joe Burrow got hurt.
Before they lost to the Browns, they were picking that right there. The bet that the Ravens were one of the top teams. They still are, right? But my point being is that loss to the Browns was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It was a terrible. I mean, they thought they had it in the back. They just blew that game. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, I got to jump.
So we're about to go. Don't forget next Thursday at 8 p.m. What time, Byron?
Don't ask
8 p.m.
8 p.m. every Thursday. I believe we should have it on. If not, we'll let you know. But we're going to be right now. We got it on 8 o'clock on Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Please safe travel. Please be careful. It's one of the worst drunk driving weekends of the year, just so you guys know. So please stay off the streets and be careful. Don't forget, this is brought to you by GravyStack. It's a banking app, a mobile app, financial app for kids. So this one is for kids. It literally teaches great financial principles, how to save, spend, and invest their money from 6 all the way up until college, right? A kid that's 6, 7, 8 years old, by the time he's 18, he'll be financially astute into really how to really put money away and how to save. GravyStack co-founder Scott Donald, he has a great book out there called Value Creation Kid. It teaches essential money to kids: saving, spending, sharing, earning, and investing. Traditional schooling lacks practical money education. Check out our affiliate link in the bottom. We want to try to change the way, a lot of 57% of this country, I don't know if you guys know, live paycheck to paycheck. You may not realize that, but they do. And then a lot of families, when, most families are 2-family incomes. When one parent goes, that pretty much the kids lose 2 parents, because that parent now has to make up the income for the other parent, or they have to get a babysitter. Now your kids are getting brought up by somebody else. So just be careful and protect your lives. God bless you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Talk to you soon. Pop, I love you, Pop. Peace.
Bye, guys.